I want to go ahead and do a market update. This is Elliot Wave Sage. Like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do what's best for you. Just use this for your education, entertainment purposes. I want to try to get this in before the debate starts. I want to watch that debate. And so I just posted a GME AMC update. So the Dow Jones looks like we got this 1-2-1-2. Again, another 1-2, and in these candles, it's almost set up for a gap and run. It's almost like saying we know what the PCE is going to be, and we're going to love the news. That's what I look at this setup. I'll be surprised if we drop. Same thing with the SPY. Almost looks like it's ready to open up this 3 of 3 to the upside. And then technology is a little different. This could be a wave 5, but it can also turn into another 1-2-1-2. Again, ready to rip higher. IWM, same thing. You got this 1-2-1-2 already almost broke this high, ready to rip higher in a 3. So we've got a lot of bullish setups in the indices potentially about to follow through on that. Bitcoin, so Bitcoin came in, hit a buy area, bounced. We did not take this high out, so this could still be a connector, and we could still go down another leg lower into. So I'll give a new buy setup on Bitcoin. And you got to be careful because this does look like 5 down. So that would drop us to like 60,600, 60,200 in this area. That's what I'd be looking for in Bitcoin. So, if it were to drop. Let's go through. Linkcoin already took the high out, so this actually sets you up for higher highs. It's in another wave 2 of some kind. Bitcoin Cash. I don't like how this bottoms, so this actually supports the connector similar to Bitcoin chart. So probably wouldn't be surprised to see it drop to 366, but it doesn't. It may not do that only because there are some crypto coins that have already took this high out. Which should mean it should go higher, and you see your race divergence. So Bitcoin Cash may have just truncated. It's so bullish, so I actually won't even put that there for now. I think we just have to wait and see. Ethereum did take this high out. It looks like it's some kind of wave 4, 5. Could be a flat if it drops all the way back down, but this is what I look at it. Litecoin also took the high out. And actually, it's finished 5, and it's finished two impulses off the low already. That's what it looks like is happening. Oil trying to grind a little higher to this sell area at $84, $85. Silver, I think it wants to take a dump to 27.20, but it's struggling to find anyone willing to sell it. We did erase divergence on the 4 hours, so again, it could be just a very shallow drop, and then that could be all the correction right there and done. And gold actually may already be finished. And I mentioned that because it looks like to me the gold miners are finished, so this actually could go higher. And then platinum's finishing up that too. There's a setup in oil, guys. I'm still debating whether I want to get this 3 wave and get it at 1482, 1272, actually right there. That would be the buy area for a trade, just a 3 swing trade idea. You'll have to do what's best for you. It's probably just an ABC type trade, something like this and out. So that's the trade setup. I'll just kind of toy around with the idea that if I'm going to take it or not. I probably won't take it, but it is something that's out there just to show you. Dollar index, like I said, it found sellers right where you needed to. This was the sell area. You had trendline resistance, and you got this dump, and now a bounce. So again, the dollar index wants to start wave 3 down so bad. It wants to dump now. If you look at this structure, this almost looks like a 5 swing structure. So it actually looks like it should drop, maybe come back up to retest this area and then drop. That may support the crypto and precious metals to drop a little bit more. If something like that happens, just keep that in mind. That if we could have something like this, and we get between the 4 and the 2 right here. So we get, come up, come down, and we shoot back up. Now the other possibility is, of course, we take this peak out, which still wouldn't be the end of the world. We'll just have to stay under this critical level. So we just have to wait and see what the PCE report what happens. But right now, the bulls have tried to make a move and get some separation from this danger zone. And we saw this happen with the 20-year and 10-year when we were trying to short these, where you had these shorts and then it tried to come back up and come back up, and then finally it failed. Like it finally we won. So the dollar index may do something like this before we really get a pivot in it. So just keep that in mind. And rates, this could be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a bigger 1, 2. Let's take a look at that. No, it still doesn't support that for me, so we'll just kind of keep it like this for now. Let's take a look at VIX. Does the VIX give us any clues for what could happen tomorrow? Looks like we went up in 5. It looks like this is a connector. It looks like the VIX wants to go lower for another swing. Looks like the VIX wants to go lower again. I'm doing this really fast, and I can be wrong, so do what's best for you, but it does look like it wants to do, it wants more downside. So where can the VIX tag? Potentially it could tag 1098 and then rip higher again and something like that. But you'll have to do what's best for you. That hits that trend line right in this area. So that also is something we want to stay alert. Stay alert if we get this drop here, 3-swing drop. As we're again in some kind of massive sideways choppiness in the VIX. That's what I expect. With at some point, ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised we tag this box at somewhere along this journey. But when we break this trend line and we hold it and we start going, then we need to be really, really careful with any long positions in the market. Okay, let's take a look at other stocks that are out there and just see how things are going. Technology, how's our Apple doing? Apple hit our buy area and it's bouncing in either some kind of wave 5 or it's another 1, 2. But that should continue higher. Amazon, I've been telling you for days and days and days, this was about to go vertical, and it did, in our 3 of 3, and perhaps it could erase divergence, and this won't be a 5 anymore. So again, if you follow my channel, everyone's like, long Amazon, I'm buying Amazon calls. Well, guys, we were buying calls back in these area way before that week. So we know these moves weeks before they happen, and same thing on Tesla. We saw this move come in weeks before. We were in these trades back here, and we even had an opportunity to get back in the trade right here where I had these buy areas, and look, it was pretty much easy money now, and now there's really no reason to sell it. We just let the market stop us out when that time happens. Actually, we're probably still in wave 3, but we'll just play it by ear. Let's take a look at that structure real quick. Yeah, that's probably a 1, 2. So it's a lot more upside coming in Tesla. I'm looking for Tesla to hit 232, but it could be in its wave 3 of 3 breakout, which means it'll break out of the downtrend. If that happens, it could go vertical and take out all-time highs, and you really don't want to sell it. So that's why I don't like even trying to trade this trend line. I want to just hold it because we could get the 3 of 3 breakout, and that's what I want to really get, hopefully get. And then of course this massive inverse head and shoulders pattern on TSLL ready to break out, signifying a big move higher in Tesla when this pattern completes and gets this thing to $12, $13. Yeah, somewhere around there. Adobe's just continuing. It looks like it's erasing divergence. That's good. Let's see, AMD is another one. It's ready to explode, guys. It's just, again, you got to be patient in it. How ARM, I believe ARM could still be in a connector wave, but If all the other stocks are going to rally, this could have just been a straight down crash correction and over in one swing. Very bullish if that's the case. If that happens and we take this high out, as soon as you get any kind of pullback, I want to be in that trade for the 3 of 3. And it's going to be a massive move if that can happen. Now, if we get this another dip here, great opportunity to get in. Nvidia is the same thing. Again, we could call the B wave finished. If the B wave's finished, it's 105 is the target, 105.86 in these areas where these gaps are. If this is the B wave, but I wouldn't be surprised again. Was it a crash correction and it was just a 3-wave move in A and 2 is in? You just don't know. But this one is it is hard to tell at this point. Let's see how some of these others are going. Let's look at Magnite. Want to see this 12.15 hit. Again, I'm just kind of going through different things. Dell, it would be nice to see it had dropped to 109. This bottom I don't like at all. So how's DraftKings? That's another one I was waiting for one more push lower. Probably down to 31. ServiceNow is doing great. It erased divergence and it's going into a massive move higher. That was a great trade we got. And then on that, again, follow my channel. The other softwares are lagging, but they're all moving a little bit. Then we talked about, I won't cover GameStop AMC. I have that in my update. DJT was another one that my channel, we called this bottom. And to me, this looks like some kind of 1-2, 1-2, or potentially a flat trying to play out here. Plug Power is trying to reverse out with small caps. We'll see if it can do that. Hard stop at this level though, 226. Have to get out. Have to cut my losses there if that's what happens. Neo looks like came out in 5. It dropped in this 2. We could still see 430, 429, but I think we're trying to come out of this buy area, hopefully to the upside. I do like a setup in Hang Seng, guys. Hang Seng has got a good setup. If we can get down to this level, then I like to buy YINN. And then the healthcare sector, I always like to check out healthcare. Viking hit the buy area here, and then we came back in, and now we're coming back. So it's trying to make the turn out. So this is really a good sign, getting the turn out of the buy area for Viking. It may not fill this gap after all, but I think it's got an important decision to make soon. Don't like NVAX here. mRNA is going deeper into the buy area. A lot of fear in mRNA right now. Yeah, if this is a wave 4, this is where it needs to stop. I would say then you're in danger of a connector wave, a 3-wave connector wave. Let's take a look. It's already almost too deep. I would say you really need to, if you're in this trying to get this wave 5, you may not get it. And if we do, I think if you start coming down any further, then this could be just like an A, B, C connector, and then that means they're going to take this low out at 62. So this is not what you like to see, but it's not time to get worried yet. But it's something you want to keep an eye on if you're trying to trade that. All right, let's go to the discretionary. Nike took a big dump, so Nike broke that pivot after hours. So I don't like longs in Nike anymore. I would dump that if you're in it. I don't know of any other trade setups here in these discretionary staples. You still have I think what's happening with Celsius heading lower, which I expected this would hit this 4 cluster, is it trades similar to Pepsi, because I think Pepsi is tied to this thing. from a it has like a some kind of joint venture or something. So Pepsi is not in the buy area. So maybe it's better to time Celsius buy when Pepsi hits 143. When Pepsi hits 143, that could be a really good long-term investment opportunity in a great dividend-paying stock. Uh, this area right here, if we could get there. So really keep an eye on that. Then just the crypto stocks, BCHG. I gave this guy's entry on my Twitter. I think I posted this on Twitter, and I got in literally right around here at the 780, 784. It's been vertical. This could be a 3-4. It could also be another 1-2. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, now there's a hard stop at 784 because you have a new connector. LTCN already turning, coming out. Very bullish action. ARCB did break. I think it did break this high. So did it break it? No, it did not break the high. Let's see. CLSK, want to see, like, we've been waiting for this dump. We'll hopefully get that soon. Coinbase, want to see this dump. So some of these are in some good, interesting areas that I want to show. But these dumps aren't guaranteed. We could still get going in the sideways connector. Then there's some talk about Levi's, and Levi's has always been in my GLP-1 basket. So again, guys, I posted Levi's buy back here, $15. We made it all the way up to 24, and we peaked in wave 5. And now, of course, wave 5, you're down. So I would wait for a bounce and a failure to buy this wave 2. So this impulse is finished. I think people are freaking out about that. And then I also know Nike, like I mentioned. So I've updated my chart on Nike. My new buy area is $70, $60. It can even go lower than that because we did break this after hours. And more than likely we'll open below it unless there's some miracle with PCE. Gap is getting close. Well, not close, but it's got 2163 buy. How's Hanesbrand doing? Had this 4 wave. It's trying to build a 5th wave out of this. We'll see if it can do that. Okay, so that's that. Let's see if there's any other charts. I've been mentioning utilities. This is the XLU. It's so close to a buy area. It could still dip down into it. But as you can see, we could have like a 1-2, 1-2 setup. You could even, force this as one impulse here and just with a tight 4. So this could be all 1-2. It could also become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have to wait and see, but that's not how I have it labeled right now. And you have to do what's best for you. So I think that's all I want to say today on my video. Big news event tomorrow, and the market, I think, wants to go higher. It is set up to rip. Now, if it rips, great. If it drops, I wouldn't get too worried because I would say I would be looking for a drop down. Let's double check our levels here. Make sure this is up to date. Yeah, I have to change this. So if we drop, we'll drop to 539 and then we'll rip higher later. Okay. So it'll come down here. And this is possible. This drop is possible. We have this 4 here. We have a gap. So we could see the reaction off of PCE to be very negative. And then maybe later, next day or something, the sentiment shifts and we come back out. We maybe go into, July and we could come out of this thing. So that's the bearish case. I don't just see this, like everyone, like it's just going to do that. Like that ain't happening, guys. So I think either way, it's either you drop into 538 and then you're going to rip higher, or you're going to rip higher and you've missed the dip. The dip is over. And if you've been trying to wait and time it, you're just too late. And again, I had buy areas way down here on multiple time frames, and here and even here. And so if you're short or you're scared to buy, you need to think, well, maybe trading isn't for you, right? Maybe trading isn't your thing, or buying stocks, because you got to pull the trigger in a bull market like this, because this market wants to go higher. I mean, it's clearly trying to go higher. The market makers or whoever, Aladdin, can't crash it. They are trying desperately to crash this market. They tried this with Bitcoin, with Mt. Gox, and they just can't get people to sell off this market. It's just people that own the market right now are strong hands, and they're not. They just understand. They just don't. They're just not afraid. They're just not afraid. There's not enough fear, and they just can't. They just can't do it. And eventually there'll be capitulation, and you'll get your wave 3 of 3, and we'll get to the 600 area, where then we need to really think about, is it time to ring the cash register across most of our stocks, and go back on the sidelines for a better setup when this wave 4 comes, probably going through into the October election or something, or right around that time period. All right, guys, that's all I got. See you later.